Hey guys, Simon here from Top Tennis Training, and in this video we're going to look at how you can use the sneak attack by Roger, the SABR attack, to throw off your opponents in your own matches. One of the main elements that makes this tactic successful is the fact that it becomes unpredictable for the opponent. You become unpredictable. So in my experience playing myself when I was competing, if someone played unpredictable tennis against me, that was the hardest type of opponent that I could play. If I was playing a lefty and I know that he was going to slice every serve out wide on the outside, I'd start to adjust and I'd adapt to that kind of game style. If I was playing a serve and volleyer and they were serving and volleying on every single serve, eventually I'd start getting my returns in their feet and I'd get into a good rhythm doing that. Now if I was playing someone who was sometimes serving and volleying, sometimes staying back, sometimes sneaking in on my second serve, this was really hard to play against, and I found that one of the toughest opponents to possibly play. Now this is what Federer is doing to his opponents. He's becoming unpredictable and he's throwing it in every now and then just to throw off the opponent. Now this is not a traditional chip and charge that players from past generations used a lot. Now if you look at Tim Henman, who used the chip and charge a lot, especially in 2004 when he really did well in 3 of the 4 slams he got to the semi-finals, he was chipping and charging a lot on players' second serves just to take their time away. Now Pat Rafter did the same tactic, and this was a huge part of his success as a player. Now Federer is not chipping and charging. He's actually driving the ball and he's blocking the ball almost as a half volley. He's taking the ball so early that it's turning into a half volley. When you're at the net and you hit a half volley, so just after the ball bounces, that's what Federer is doing on this return. Now the only way to do this successfully is to keep your swings very small. So the backswing, you want almost no backswing at all. You want to feel that you're just going to the contact point, meeting the ball just after the bounce and taking the ball on and doing your follow through. Now one of the biggest things that block a lot of players from doing this is if they're using a western grip on your forehand side, taking the ball very early is almost impossible with that grip. Unless you've practiced that a lot, it will be very hard for you to use that in a match. Now Federer's grip is the eastern forehand, so it's very easy for him to block that ball just after the bounce and take it on the rise and sneak in. Now another big thing using this tactic is when to time coming forward. If my opponent's throwing the ball up and just as they start the ball toss, I start moving in, my opponent might see that. Now if my opponent sees me sneaking in, they're going to probably go for a bigger serve to try to jam me on that return. Now if I wait until my opponent throws the ball up, he's starting to toss the ball, his head is turned sideways on, he probably won't see me sneaking in. This would be the most effective for using this tactic. Now another way to use this tactic effectively is using the same grip for your forehand and your backhand return. The chopper grip, with the chopper grip I can hit a forehand block return and a backhand block return with one hand. If I'm a two-hander, I can use my top hand as well to drive that ball. It's almost like players like John McEnroe who used the same grip for most of their shots. If you're playing servers who don't have particularly a strong second serve, this would be ideal because you don't have to change grips. You hit the return and you're already in the grip for your volleys, so it's easy when you get up to net. Now again, going back to the most important part of using this tactic is using it at the right time and using it not too often. If you start to use this play all the time, your opponent's going to adapt and they're going to start passing you. If they're struggling, you can use it more. But most of the time you want to use this tactic just every now and then, just to throw off your opponent and become unpredictable for your opponent. Now when coming in, Federer is going to start at the baseline here. When the opponent starts the ball toss, he's then going to start sneaking in, almost like a sprinter, coming up to that service line. So he's up at the service line to hit that ball, so he's able to hit that return just after the bounce, taking all the time away from the opponent. But this is how it would look when Federer is getting ready to do this tactic. He's waiting back, the opponent starts the ball toss, and Federer sneaks in and then takes it around the service box. So why is this tactic so effective even against players like Murray and Djokovic, who are great counterpunchers and who have great passing shots? Now really the key is, the first thing, when the player hits the serve, so let's say it's Djokovic, he's hitting his serve, by the time he's landing, the return's already coming back to him, so he has very little time to get out of the service motion and get ready then to hit a passing shot on that next ball. Now another big reason is the fact that Federer becomes unpredictable when doing this. So sometimes when he'll use it a couple of times in a row, the player then starts to expect it. Now when the player starts to expect that Federer is coming into net, their next shot might be almost a dipping shot trying to get Federer in the feet. So that becomes a short ball that Federer can then attack and then come to net. So the mixture of staying back and coming in is what makes this tactic so effective. So thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, click the like button please. Leave a comment down below. Do you use this tactic? Are you going to start using it after watching this video and after seeing Federer doing it during the US Open? And also, if you haven't signed up for the Federer free videos, make sure you do that right now, because those videos are very valuable for anyone who plays matches, anyone who competes in tournaments.
Hi, this is Federer. I am here with my good friends Simon and Alex from Top Tennis, trying to help you with your tennis.
Are you losing matches because you're using the wrong tactics against the type of opponent you're playing?
Are you losing matches because you're too nervous to compete at your best?
Are you losing matches because you're not physically fit enough or are unaware of the tennis-related fitness you should be using to prepare for a match?
I can help with your problems and reveal my secrets to win.
To join the free Federer Secrets of Tennis course, all you have to do, click on the link above or underneath this video.
See you inside.